Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Dolphins.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in one of America's finest cities, Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the sight of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Running with Howard. And some space here. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
So much of this game is still mental, still psychological. Yeah, we just saw a big-time run right there, but you have to believe he was dreaming about this last night in his hotel room before this one, thinking, hey, first time I touch it, let's go for some big yardage and set a tone. That's exactly what he got done.
On first, they go right back to Howard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. So the D-line's going to spread out. Here's Winston. He finds the rookie from Alabama, O.J. Howard. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Here's Martin. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
On 2nd down, Martin. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 3rd down, Winston. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Cameron Wake in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Patrick Murray now on for the field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They run again with Ajayi. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
To throw is Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Back deep for the Bucs, Deshaun Jackson. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Charles, these Tampa Bay Buccaneers, last year, Dirk Cutter's first year, finishing 9-7. Now, that was their first winning season since 2010, but still not enough to get them in the playoffs. They've missed those 9 straight seasons. And, in fact, their last playoff win, gosh, that was way back in Super Bowl 37.
But for Buccaneer fans and the team, optimism is really high.
Yeah.
They felt like they played well down the stretch. They feel like they can play against some of the big boys in the league now. Defensively, they've got to get better and continue to do so. I like the pick of Justin Evans, the safety out of Texas A&M. He brings a hitter's mentality to that part of the field, and then you flip it over to offense. It's one thing to say that you believe in Jameis Winston. There's another thing to show him by giving him O.J. Howard, a tight end out of Alabama, and Chris Godwin, a wide receiver out of Penn State in the first 3 rounds.
Winston from the gun on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the 6-year man from Cal, Brian Anger, on to kick. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. Six yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. These Dolphins last year, Charles, won 9 of their last 11 coming down the stretch before the playoff loss to Pittsburgh. Finished 10-6. That was their first postseason trip since 2008. But this once proud franchise has not won a playoff game since the 2000 season.
And I expect that to change in 2017 because the groundwork they laid in 2016 with a brand new head coach in Adam Gase and a brand new attitude and a lot more toughness than maybe what people expected. That's what keyed the run game with Jay Ajayi, and they gave him Isaac Asiata, a guard out of Utah, to increase that toughness up front.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And over the middle, this is Parker. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And Devontae Parker was one of 3 Miami receivers to go over 700 yards last year, along with Jarvis Landry and Kenny Stills. But I do know this. They'd love to have one of them emerge and be that 1,000-yard guy and take the pressure off of everyone else.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. Jay's going to go. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jay, 37 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When we talk about Harvard, you know we're going to talk about academics, but in this case, let's talk about a big year Cameron Brate had in 2016, the tight end.
Finished with 57 catches, 660 yards, and also 8 scores. Jameis to throw it. They've got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
For young quarterbacks, having that primary target's a big deal, and Mike Evans serves as that for Jameis Winston. Evans led the league in targets in 2016.
I went after him a ton. He also was 6 in catch. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles Harris in there to drop him, and that will go into the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Now Jameis on second down. Evans has it left side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, 52 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Baker busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13. Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play that time for the Dolphins. 46 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Tannehill now. They give to Ajayi. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, he appears well on his way to another big game. And you remember 2016, partner. He became just the 4th player in NFL history to have 3 200-yard rushing games in a season.
2 of them were back-to-back. Steelers in Week 6, Bills in Week 7. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. Out to his left. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This is Ajayi. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Jay Ajayi, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 38-yard line. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in Week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Fighting through. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Flush to his right. And Martin's got it complete. And some room to roam now. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. The Bucs last year just 8 rushing touchdowns, tied for 2nd fewest in the NFL. They've got it 1st and goal now. To throw, Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and goal from the 5. Winston with a give to Martin. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
The first carry here for Jaquiz Rodgers. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jaquiz Rodgers, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Second down following the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Ajayi hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. And now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They go play action here on 1st down. Drops it off to Martin. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Winston. This will be caught just inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. They'll run. Martin. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run for it with Martin. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin taking it in. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. And Charles, after an injury-plagued season a year ago, nice to see him get back into the end zone here in week 1.
You know as well as I do, chomping at the bit. I mean, all off season, wanting to get back in form, get back on the field, show that production that he had previously, and getting into the end zone. That's a big statement for him.
It's got to be just like a breath of fresh air. Like, here we go. Last year behind me. Let's move forward.
Good point. Shed it and move on.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play. Trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
They'll begin the drive with Ajayi. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here's Ajayi. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And it does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They run with Ajayi, and he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill being chased out left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now the Bucs. Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Out of his end zone, Winston. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Flushed out right, and that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. That's an excellent job. They force a 3-and-out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This is taken around the 12. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. On first down, Drake. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So 2nd and 10 here. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. On first down, it's Tannehill. And a little floater there is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man. That's Landry. Touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 62 yards. And the Dolphins have tied it. Now they can take the lead with the extra point. You got to figure if they want to have success this year, the more they can put the football in his hands, the better, coming off a Pro Bowl campaign.
And that Pro Bowl campaign does more than just get him notoriety. It also plants an idea in the minds of guys trying to defend him that he's really pretty good and sometimes gives you a little bit of extra room, a little bit of extra deference, and he's taking advantage of it.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
They try to fire up the running game with Martin. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. First down, here's the run with Martin. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
We got three down. We got 3, let's go.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Working out of the gun, Winston. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people. Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now a play fake to Martin. Here's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Is that the flag?
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Cameron Wake in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And Murray's kick is up and good. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this 3rd quarter. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
And out come the Dolphins now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start out on the ground with a jive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push him back more. Tannehill now to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And throw right side complete to Parker. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd down and 4. is back. Oh, a big hit near the 48-yard line. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Noah Spence able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And he fires one incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. That is now a 2-touchdown game with the Steelers in the driver's seat. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. A 1st down throw for Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. Martin flexing the muscle. There goes Doug Martin. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin, 85 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly,
skyrocketed.
right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now it's Ajayi. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up 1st down after 1st down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human 1st down machine? I think that fits.
Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Now it's Tannehill. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Noah Spence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Run. Wide. Get wide. Hey. Under.
Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. They start the drive with Martin. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Back now in Miami. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Play fake to Martin. Now Jameis. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Charles Harris in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. Oh, now he bowls him over. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him?
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead. It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
On play action, Winston. Flushed out right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
They go play action. Winston. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
And he knocks it through. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help them a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Another carry now for Rodgers. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's a pick-6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable, because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
He was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole spread now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. This one taken just inside the 10. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
The Dolphins on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Following the interception, Winston. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now Winston. They set up the screen to Martin. And he gets it down to the 32. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Ready.
They run again on first down, Martin. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And the D looking like they may blitz. Another tote for the workhorse, Martin. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Here's Winston. Right side caught by Jackson. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time Keeps reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Play action. It's Tannehill. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jarvis Landry, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They give to Martin, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia